Hey, what's up, everybody? This is my peptide update. I am in cycle 2. I am in the middle of week 5, so in the second half of cycle 2. If you haven't watched my videos in the past, hello and welcome. I'm just some random dummy that decided to start doing peptides because he got suckered into seeing all these people on TikTok talking about how great they were. And I thought, you know what? I would like to do something that's also great. And so I decided to try it. Now, part of that is also because I knew that a lot of those people on TikTok were also selling it. And so I was just like, well, let's just have a regular dude like me who doesn't have any to sell to do it, and I'll document it, and maybe it'll help you guys figure out if it's good for you or whatever. I don't know. I'm just documenting it. So, look, this has been a rough month for me. If you haven't already, go and watch my last video where I apparently am losing a pound of muscle a week according to my last scan. Subscribe to my channel. I'm putting these videos out every week. So, as a recap, last week what had happened was usually I'm doing my in-body scan updates every 4 weeks. So when I start a cycle, I'll do one at the beginning, and then I'll do one 4 weeks later. I decided to do one after 3 weeks because I happen to be there in the area anyways. And so I did my scan, and it turns out the scan said I had lost 3 pounds of muscle from the previous scan, which was only 3 weeks ago. So basically a pound a week, and had lost 0 fat, which wasn't great for me, the opposite of what I was really kind of wanting. And so I really struggled with those results. You know, I was talking to the guys there at the store, and they're like, well, maybe it was like water retention, something weird was going on with the scan. And so I was there a couple days later, happened to be in that town again, and I thought, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to go and do another scan because I was having such a hard time swallowing what I had saw on the paper. And so I go do the scan, and it was like, you've lost another almost pound since like 3 days ago. So if I had waited to do my scan after the 4 weeks, I wouldn't have lost 3 pounds. I would have lost 4 pounds. So basically a pound a week. Either I've got some sort of degenerative disease or something weird's going on. It's certainly not what I was hoping during my second cycle of the peptides, because if you watch my other videos, one of the things I talk about is like so many people talk about like the first cycle, you don't really see anything positive happen. And I was fine with that. But, it's like, the stuff starts showing up in the second and third cycles. And so when the second cycle started, I'm like, well, let's go. Let's see some stuff. The first cycle, I saw some better sleep, but that was really the only positive. I had a couple of really good scans at the end of it, but like I didn't feel anything. I didn't necessarily feel like I was making any changes, but I was okay with that. So I was really looking for like second cycle, let's see some stuff. So the fact that I am over halfway through cycle 2 and I seem to be losing muscle at an incredible rate and not really losing any fat, my weight on the scale isn't moving. It hasn't since basically the beginning of cycle 2. I'm just frustrated right now that after that scan, actually technically 2 bad scans, that things just aren't moving. Now, I will also put an asterisk by that because I had committed to doing at least 3 cycles, because I do believe that it takes time to start seeing some results. And I've seen some of you, thank you, by the way, for you guys that are watching these and commenting on the videos. Some of you had said, like, look, it took me 4, 5, 6 months to see anything actually happen. And I'm okay with that too, and I am open to that. But, I was really kind of hoping to see a little bit of something besides massive muscle loss. So that's kind of where I'm at on this. I'm just a little bit frustrated. It's so interesting. I told you guys I would document the small things, the big things, everything kind of in between. Just, again, keeping you in the loop of what I'm going through this process in the hopes that it'll help some of you all. Cycle 2 has been such a different beast for me than cycle 1. Also, if you go and watch one of my previous videos, I talk about a couple of new symptoms that I hadn't experienced before. Cycle 2, I've had nothing but bad scans. Cycle 2, I've had problems with my injection sites, which, led to me thinking, well, man, am I getting like mosquito bites? Until I realized it's all in the spots I'm doing the injections. And then I switch the spot and it happens in the other spot where it's kind of bumps like a mosquito bite and becomes itchy. And cycle 2, I'm not getting any of that warm feeling after doing the injection, which I loved in cycle 1. It felt like I was doing drugs. So it's just been this has been a very much a different sort of, not just physical, but even from a mental standpoint. That, like, I'm at a point now where I'm doing the injections and I'm like holding my breath because I just don't want to do it. I'm just, first cycle, I was kind of loving it. In the second cycle, it just felt different. Now, my doctor did say that some of those issues with the itching and the bumps were from probably low quality needles. even though it was a name brand, that a quality issue. So she ordered me some from BD, I think is a pretty popular one that's supposed to make pretty good needles. And so, and also went with a slightly higher gauge. I was doing 30 gauge before, and these are 31, so slightly smaller needle, which has helped. I don't feel these hardly going in at all anymore. But man, just like, I know I'm basically doing a verbal barf here of like frustration and aggravation, but I got nothing good to report in cycle 2. This one has been tough, especially after coming out of cycle 1. Just so pumped. So that's all I've really got for you guys. It is what it is. I wish I had something good to tell you, but maybe week 6 will bring something better. But I do very much appreciate you all that are commenting and subscribing and watching these videos, because at the beginning, actually in every video, I've said, like, I'm just a regular guy doing this. I'm not super smart. I'm not well educated on this. I rely on my doctor for a lot of information. So you guys' input, theories, advice, questions, interactions, I appreciate all that, because it makes me feel a little bit less crazy for doing this stuff to start with, because as it stands right now, it feels pointless. And I know that's not the case, but like, it's funny how like 2 bad scans can like make you just go like, this thing's stupid. But I've committed to 3 cycles. I don't buy that it's worthless yet. I'm just still not convinced of anything either way. And so it is what it is. I'm just a ball of fun tonight. So that's it. Thank you all so much for watching, for the comments. Looking forward to what you got to say on this one. There's like a hang in there, bud. I could use a hang in there, bud. Right about. I'm fine, but week 6. Looking forward to week 6. Hopefully something good happens by then. So see you all later. Thanks again. Peace out.